Hello everybody, namaste. Sabhi welcome to our class. Okay, so today I have decided to go through the voice transformation. I hope you know it very well. Let's discuss further in this topic today. As you know that, yes, there is, active voice, there is passive voice, this is very much, hectic, or let's say a general topic. Actually, it's not so vast, but you should know some magic tricks to transform active into passive. 90% of the cases of active voice, they are actually transformed with my easy tricks. Okay, let's discuss first of all in the structure. Alright, active voice मा generally हामीले subject, verb, object राख्छौं. Yes, subject, verb, object. Okay, while transforming the very active voice into passive voice, generally we bring the very object at the beginning, we put verb at the middle. This is same as up as before, and we will put our subject at last. Okay, subject will go here, object will come here. There will be the transformation of subject and object. Actually, this is the very rules, the very first structure of, transformations of active voice into passive voice. Yes, you should know the very things very carefully. Subject, verb, and object. Okay, this is the structure of a complete clause, or let's say this is the structure of a complete sentence. Okay, while transforming the very things into active voice into passive voice, generally we bring this object at the beginning, we put verb as it is, and we put subject at last. This is the structure of this active voice as well as passive voice. I hope you have understood it. Okay, in active voice we put subject, verb, object. While transforming it into passive voice, we put object at the beginning, we put subject at last, and verb we leave it as it is. Okay. Alright. Now let's go to the form of verbs. Okay. Please be very careful. These are the structures that you have to go through it. So you need to be very careful in this structure. Okay. I will make you remind at first. If there is verb 1 or verb 5 in the sentence, okay, suppose this is not writing. Okay, she reads a book. Right? If there is verb 1 or verb 5 at the beginning, at the subject, okay, there in this case we need to put is or am or are as an auxiliary verb, and then one thing you need to keep it in your mind that without verb 3 or let's say without verb 3 we can't even imagine any passive voice. Keep it in your mind. Yes, without verb 3 we can't even imagine any voice. है यो verb 3 बिना चाहिँ हामीले passive voice imagine गर्नै सक्दैनौं. Whatever the case is, your verbs should be transformed into verb 3rd or let's say verb 3. Verb 3 मा लानै पर्छ जुन केसमा पनि है. यो चाहिँ एकदमै keep it in your mind. अनि if there is simple past or verb 2, at that case we have to change our sentence, or let's say our auxiliary verb will be was or were. Was or were, if the subject is plural, then we have to choose were. If the subject is singular, we have to choose was, and verb 3 will be at last. Okay. So, your transformation of passive voice will be like this. In terms of verb 3, okay, if there is verb 3 already in the questions, again, you need to put been, okay, you need to put been plus verb 3 as it is. And if there is verb 4, yes, exactly, if there is verb 4, then do not forget to put being, okay, B-E-I-N-G. If there is ing form at the sentence, at the active voice, then you need to transform the very passive voice by putting being plus verb 3. In case of verb ing, being plus verb 3. And if there is will, would plus verb 1, then you need to put be plus verb 3. Okay. These are the formulas which you should be very watchful. And another case is here, if there is subject plus do or does, okay, sometimes this do comes, or let's say does comes, okay, or not also comes with them. Hey, in these cases plus verb 1 plus object, in these cases your passive voice will be, as you know that you will bring the very object at the beginning, and then you will put auxiliary verb at the middle, and then not as it is plus verb 3. Yes, you can't imagine any passive voice without verb 3. Passive voice मा लाँदा चाहिँ verb 3 बनाउनै पर्यो. So, and then by is very necessary. So, at last subject comes. So, finally, there is one more structure is remaining to make you learn, and the very structure is does plus subject plus verb 1 plus object. In the case of, sometimes does comes in the form of questions, okay. Sometimes does comes at the beginning in the form of question. So, in such a case, okay, if there is does plus subject plus verb 1 plus object at the question, then you need to bring auxiliary verb at the beginning. Okay, do not put this does. Okay, you need to put the auxiliary verb at the beginning, and then put object plus verb 3 by subject. Okay. Now, yes, here are some more things which you should learn, In case of I, okay, you will change your object as me. Very common thing, you know it. But again, I want to make you remind. In case of we, you need to write us. In case of she, your pronoun will be her. In case of he, your pronoun will be him. In case of they, your pronoun will be them. In case of we, your pronoun will be whom. Right. So, let's practice. Let's beginning our practices for today. So, my first is the Bansi. I think there is another also. Okay. Active and passive voice examples these are. First of all, we will do some examples, and then I have brought some multiple choice questions for you. Today, we will have a very, brief discussions on it. So, later I will give you time to discuss, to elaborate, to go through the structure. So, just keep patience for that. First of all, I will bring you some examples, and you will be clear from this example. You can, make your perceptions very clear on this voice. So, let me go through some examples at first. So, be very watchful on it. She reads a novel. Let's find out. Question, kun form ma cha, tense ma. She, subject, reads, okay, reads is verb 5, okay. She means subject plus verb 5, or novel means object, okay. In such a case, now object will come here. We know that verb will remain here and subject will go at last. अब कसरी गर्ने त? A novel. Which one is object here? A novel is object. So let's bring a novel at the beginning. A will be capital because here we are writing A at the beginning. So a novel is object. Okay. Reads. Reads is simple present. Okay. If there is V1 or V5, if the sentence is in present form, then do not forget to put auxiliary verb, that is not was, were, that is actually is, am, are. Your subject determines whether there you should write am or whether you should write there is or are. If your subject is singular, you have to choose your auxiliary verb singular. If your subject is plural, definitely you have to choose your, you have to put your auxiliary plural. So whether to put singular or plural, your subjects always determine. So a novel, we bring this novel here. Reads भएको भएर, reads भनेको simple present हो, यो भनेको verb 1 हो, verb 5 हो. So simple present को केसमा we have to put is, am, are. Our subject is she. She means only one lady. That's why subject is singular. That's why I'm keeping here is and read. Okay. A novel is read. Alright, let's go to the second example. She does not cook food. She does not cook food. Now, the question is in negative form. Are you getting my point? The question is in negative form. Okay, it doesn't matter whether the question is in positive form or negative form. We just need to focus on its structure. Now, she subject does not, does means this is a verb, alright, action verb, and here cook is a main verb and food. Now, come on, food will be your subject. Okay, let's bring this food here at the beginning. Okay, cook भनेपछि यो verb 1 भयो है, cook भनेपछि verb 1 भयो. It is also in simple present form. That's why अब simple present मा छ भने हाम्रो auxiliary के हुन्छ? is, am, are हुन्छ. अब food भनेको कुन terms हो? Singular terms हो कि plural terms होला? Food is singular term. That's why we are keeping here is. Food is now not as it is. Okay, cooked. We cannot imagine any passive voice without verb third, or let's say verb 3 बिना त हामी कुनै passive voice imagine गर्नै सक्दैनौं. That's why food is not cooked by her. अघि हाम्रो subject के थियो? she थियो. she लाई हामीले केमा ट्रान्सफर्म गर्यौं? her मा. Okay, food यहाँ आयो. यो सिम्पल प्रेजेन्टमा भएको भएर इज लेख्यौं, नट लाई एज इट इज सार्यौं, कुक लाई verb 3 बनायौं, अनि यसमा एज यु नो दैट बाइ त वी नीड टु कीप है. दिस इज द बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर अफ वॉइस. we need to keep. We can't avoid by here, so we need to put this her here. Okay, we have the very last example here. Okay, so does she purchase books? All right. Does she purchase books? All right. Now see the object here. Our object is plural. Okay. Are you getting my point? Our object is plural. That's why according to the subject verb agreement, if our subject is plural, then we have to keep our verbs also, plural. That's why in the case of purchase, all right, in case of simple present, your example or let's say your auxiliary verb will be is, am, are. That's why books means plural verb. That's why I'm putting here are, because books always carry are. Plural always carry plural auxiliary verb. And then purchase means verb 3. Buy, we have to put it at any cost. Her means she. Okay, the objective case of she is her. Sorry, subjective case of she is her. So, are books purchased by her? Alright, I hope you have understood it. Now, Let's go to the case of simple present continuous tense. Okay, my sentences are in the form of simple present continuous tense. Okay, Divyanshi is singing a song. This is subject. Okay, अनि plus is बाट is आएको छ, auxiliary verb है, plus verb ing. Okay, plus object. Now see here. अब के गर्ने त भन्दाखेरि हाम्रो object के छ? Okay, sorry. Divyanshi is singing a song. हाम्रो object भनेको a song. We brought a song at the beginning. Divyanshi is only one girl. That's why it is a singular subject. Singular subject always carries singular verb. That's why we put here is. Is in terms of it is in the simple present form. That's why I brought here is. मैले भनेको थिएँ verb ing आएको छ भने आँखा चिम्लेर you have to put being being. Okay, so you bring here being ani verb third. What is the verb third form of sing? Okay, sung by Divyanshi. All right, or song, your object becomes here subject. Is किन आयो? Simple present मा छ त्यसैले is आयो. अर्को कारण is राख्नुमा किन आर आएन भन्दा Divyanshi is only one girl. Okay, only one girl means singular verb, singular subject. So singing, why? Singing is in present continuous form. That's why if our verb, if our main verb or let's say action verb is in present continuous tense, then we have to blindly put their being and by. This is the compulsion. We have to put by in form of passive voice and our subject is Divyanshi. I hope you have understood very well. Now let's go to another examples. First of all, we will do some examples and then I will bring some MCQ in front of you. You have to solve that on the basis of the structure that I have provided just now. Okay, so please be very careful. Savita is not chopping vegetables. Okay, Savita is not chopping vegetables. Our vegetables. Now see the object. Object kun form ma cha? Plural form ma cha. That's why plural form le plural verb lincha, auxiliary verb. यहाँनेर मैले is राखिन नि किन vegetables आएको छ. Subject is plural. That's why I have to choose my verb plural because there should be agreement between subject and verb. That's why vegetables are. Now you have to bring this not as it is. मैले भने chopping आएको छ verb ing, आँखा चिम्लेर being लेख्दिने. त्यसपछि you are not allowed to put very verb ing form of chopping because we can't imagine any voice without verb 3 by Savita. Now is Sabina buying a table? Is Sabina buying a table? Of course. Now a table is an object. Okay, a table is an object, but I have already told you if the question is in if the sentence is in question form, then you have to carry auxiliary verb at the beginning. Okay, if the question is in sentence, if the sentence is in question form, then you should be careful. You have to bring your auxiliary verb at the beginning. So I put its auxiliary verb is. Okay, is. Now a table. Being, kina being ayo? Verb ing form. But by ko verb 3 form. By, you have to write it compulsorily. Sabina is our subject. So do not forget once again, is a table being bought by Sabina? Wow, very nice, very easy trick this is. Alright. Krishna will seal the bag. Now this is another case. Will आएको छ अनि verb 1 आएको छ. See, will plus verb 1. है? See the case, subject. This is our subject. And this is our object. यो verb भयो. Verb 1 मा छ. भन्नुको मतलब simple present यो verb 1 form मा छ है. So now come on. Let's bring the bag at the beginning. Very easy. The bag, okay. Will. In case of passive voice, while transforming our active voice into passive voice, हाम्रो auxiliary होस् अथवा हाम्रो चाहिँ मोडल verbsहरु के हुन्छ, that remains very same है. only pronounsहरु मात्रै चेन्ज हुन्छ, हाम्रो मोडल्सहरु सेम हुन्छ. सो will लाई as it is सार्दिने. will आइसके पछाडी अघि हाम्रो verb ing आएको थियो. verb ing आउँदाखेरि हामीले being being चाहिँ ल्याएर राख्यौं. त्यस्तै will आएको केसमा you have to remember being will आएको केसमा be लाई ल्याएर सर्लक्क you need to put it here. So will we always come together phrase जस्तो भयो यो. अब there is pairing of two words. Here is pairing of two words. All right. So will आछ भने you have to write blindly be here, and we can't imagine any passive voice without verb 3. So Siu ko verb 3 seared by Krishna. I hope you have understood it. The bag already आयो. will as it is सार्नु पर्छ. will को transformation हुँदैन है passive voice मा. will आएपछि be लिएर आउनु पर्छ. will be अनि Siu को verb third by Krishna. All right. Now let's go to another example. They will have brought the toy. They will have brought the toy. The toy is our subject. I bring it here. Will लाई मैले अघि भनिसके. You have to write as it is. will लाई जस्ताको तस्तै. अनि यहाँनेर हेर have छ. have लाई पनि जस्ताको तस्तै. अब will आएको छ भने be ल्याएर राख्ने. being verb ing आएको छ भने being ल्याएर राख्ने. अनि will have सँगै आएको छ भने you have to write been. Be very careful. You have to write been. अनि verb 3 बिना त हाम्रो passive voice imagine गर्न सकिदैन. they को अघि मैले भनेको थिएँ यसलाई हामी केमा चेन्ज गर्छौं, them मा by लेख्नै पर्यो. The toy subject becomes here. This object becomes here subject. will have लाई as it is सार्यौं. have will have यो have आकै कारण been ल्याएर यहाँ राख्यौं. अनि verb third यतिकै brought को verb third brought नै हुन्छ by them. Very easy, isn't it? I think this is very easy. Now let's go to another case. Misha had cleaned the floor. All right. Here is had. Here is cleaned. This is verb third. Here is had the floor. Now the floor लाई this is our object. यो object को पहिचान भइसके पछाडी we have to put the very object at the beginning. We put it here. अब had जे आएको छ, will आएको छ भने पनि you need to put. will have आएको छ भने पनि you need to copy that. had आए पनि you need to copy that. That's why I copy it. अनि had आएपछि के लेख्ने रहेछ, been. If there is had, if there is have, you need to put been. So in case of have, in case of had, you need to put been. So will आछ भने be. verb ing आछ भने being. र has, have, had आएको छ भने been. So and verb 3 by Misha. Very nice. Now let's solve some problems here. Rahul will pass the message. Now let's have a discussion. Can you answer it please? Go on telling me the yes. Here is के आएको छ, will. will लाई as it is सार्ने. will आएको छ भने हामीले आँखा चिम्लेर we need to put here be है. So the message यो object हाम्रो यहाँ आयो subject. अनि will लाई as it is सार्दिने. will आएको छ भने be लेख्नु पर्छ. verb 3 बिना त हामी passive कुनै passive voice imagine गर्न सक्दैनौं. त्यसपछि by लेख्नै पर्यो. It's a very compulsion. त्यसपछि हाम्रो subject यहाँनेर के छ, राहुल छ. राहुल भएपछि राहुललाई as it is सार्नु पर्यो. So अब will को केसमा I think you are very clear. will आएपछि आँखा चिम्लेर be लेख्दिने अनि verb third मा transform गर्दिने. Now your passive voice is shortened. So now let's go to another. His hard work satisfied me. Alright. हेर त simple past form मा छ. His hard work satisfied me. है. Now, can you guess which one will be its a good exam option?
I was satisfied with his hard work.
Alright, go on guessing.
Second.
Yes. Me भनेको को हो? Me भनेको को हो? म. I भनेको के हो? Singular subject. Satisfied छ simple past form मा. भनेपछि we are extremely prohibited to write is. If because the sentence is in past form, that's why we have to choose was. आइले is एम लिएन, आइले was लियो. अब satisfied को verb third पनि के हो? Satisfied नै हो by his hard work. I was, me भनेको I. आइले किन was लियो? Because satisfied past form. That's why I was satisfied by his hard work. Now let's do another. It is in question form. Okay? It is in question form. So do not be confused. Question form मा आउँदैमा तिम्रो एक्टिभ भोइसलाई प्यासिभ भोइसमा लाँदा गाह्रो हुन्छ भन्ने कन्सेप्ट हुन्छ जनरली धेरै स्टुडेन्टहरुको. That's not a subject to be very panic. स्ट्रक्चर हेर्ने, स्ट्रक्चर मिलाइदिने. That's enough. Who can count the stars in the sky? Who can count the stars in the sky? Okay. Now, go on guessing. I have given some structure here. हेर त note by plus question form मा छ भने पहिला by ल्याउने, त्यसपछि whom, अनि question को word के छ है, अनि auxiliary के छ, अनि त्यसपछि subject be past participle. Go on putting the answer in the form of this structure, please. And tell me the answer.
In the sky being counted.
Last.
Yes. By whom?
By whom can the stars in the sky be counted?
Okay, beta. कसले हो यो last one भन्दै हुनुहुन्थ्यो? Who is he? एउटा कुरा के हुन्छ भने प्यासिभ भोइसमा लाँदै गर्दा तिम्रो एक्सन भर्ब होस्, मेन भर्ब होस् हैन, यो क्यान मोडल्सहरु के हुन्छ जस्तो आको छ नि एज इट इज सार्नु पर्छ. भनेसी यो दुईटा त हुने कुरै भएन. फर्स्ट अफ अल क्रस इट, किनकि क्यान आको छ, क्यान नै हुनु पर्छ. यो कुड त हुने कुरै भएन. नाउ यु हैव ओन्ली टु अप्सन्स रिमेनिङ है. By whom can the stars in the sky be counted? By whom can be stars in the sky counted? Okay. Be पछि past participle आउनु पर्ने छ. Be पछि past participle कहाँनेर छ? कुनमा छ हेर त? By whom can the stars in the sky be counted? So, the very first option will be its answer. Did you get my point? Are you clear on it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I hope there is no any sort of confusion. Now, do you imitate others? Do you imitate others? It is also in question form. Okay? Here I have presented a note to you. Subject लाई अगाडि लिएर आऊ. त्यसपछि auxiliary verb के छ बीचमा राख. त्यसपछि past participle by plus object. अब यो structure मा go on putting the sentences. त्यसपछि tell me the answer.
And other imitated by who?
Okay. Second one. Okay. Past participle भन्दा अगाडि के छ? Auxiliary. Okay. Auxiliary verb. ल त्यो कहाँनेर छ? Do you imitate others? Which one तिमीले guess गरेको?
Second.
Yes, are others imitated by you? This is the very answer of this question. Now, they greet me cheerfully every morning. They greet me cheerfully every morning. This is very easy. Okay, can you guess? They greet me. Okay, पहिला subject plus auxiliary plus past participle plus by plus object.
I am greeted cheerfully by them every morning.
Okay, I am. Okay,
Greeted.
I am greeted. किनकि being the verb ing form मा हुनुपर्छ, isn't it? हुने कुरै भएन. So I am greeted cheerfully by them every morning. Now we must respect the elders. Very easy.
That must be respected.
Yes,
The
very
elders
nice.
must be respected.
Yes, good. The elders must be respected. Very nice. You need to clean your shoes properly. Your shoes. Okay, here.
Your shoes are needed to be cleaned.
Very nice. Your shoes are needed to be cleaned properly. Okay. Which one? First one. Your shoes भएपछि plural are आयो. Needed. Okay, to clean properly. Or which one? Do you guess other also?
Your shoes are needed to be cleaned properly. I guess last one.
Yes, your shoes are needed to be cleaned properly. Eh? Okay, good. Are needed to be. यहाँ छैन नि be. So this is not the true answer. Now they have built a perfect dam across the river.
A perfect dam has been built by the across the river.
Yes, yes, yes. Have आएको छ भने where is have? They have built a perfect dam.
A perfect dam has been built by them across the river.
किन have को has भयो? Can you guess?
Because it's singular.
Yes, yes, singular. Subject singular भए पछाडि माथि have आए पनि त्यसको transformation हुन्छ है. So a perfect dam has been built by them. Built को third पनि के हुन्छ? Built नै हुन्छ by them across the river. Sita was reading the Gita, okay? A holy book, Gita. Sita was reading a holy book, the Gita. Okay, only one छ नि the Gita.
The Gita was being
Gita was being read.
Gita was being read by Sita.
Wow, the Gita was being Gita was being read by Sita. Okay, okay, Gita was being read by Sita. Okay, thank you so much.